So, folks, it's to be decided today by the judge whether or not they name young Brianna's killers. I think you know my stance on this one. I've made a couple of videos on the subject already. I obviously hope that they do. I really hope that they do. If memory serves, they did in the Bulger case. They mentioned Venables and Thompson. They were a lot younger. The crime was every bit as bad, I know, but you know they're both absolutely shocking crimes. I think the same is deserved by these two. For all they were maybe only 15 at the time, I mean, in the head, they were a lot older than 15. There's no doubt about that. They knew what they were doing. It was planned, premeditated. You know, 3 or 4 were on the list. It could have been Brianna, it could have been anybody. They went out wanting to murder somebody. And ultimately, they got what they wanted. I think they should be named. I think it's wrong to keep the names under wraps just because of an age thing. I really, really do. They're not like your normal run-of-the-day 50-year-olds. There's no doubt about that. I know it can be difficult for the parents. I know it really, really can. I'm one of those people that is always a believer in, well, it comes from the parents. You know, maybe the parents are to blame. I'm always of that ilk. Now, I know for something this heinous, is that the right word? Maybe you just can't, you know, you can't blame parents there. Maybe. I know the parents' lives could be a lot harder when people knew who they are, although I'm sure the neighbours will know who they are already, but I'm sure the lives will be a lot harder. But that said, it may just give the parents a chance to come forward and say, look, our children have done this, but, you know, our children grew up to be this, but, and maybe it wasn't down to the parents, you know, maybe there's something missing in both the brains, that however they were brought up by whoever, they were always going to be that way. We just don't know. But at least it would then give the parents a chance to tell us about the children and tell us about the growing up and tell us how they feel about what they've done. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit too over-romantic and a bit stupid. But as I say, I've always believed the root of anything is down to parenting. And maybe if we see them on camera with a camera under the face and they talk about them, we'll be able to form a better opinion of that. And maybe I'm wrong, and you know, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to hold up my hands. I'm always happy to hold up my hands. But no, my thoughts are they should name the killers. I hope that they do. If they don't, I think that it's somewhat of a travesty myself. I think it should be done. I heard something on one of the TV programmes earlier saying naming the killers could be a bad thing because then everything becomes about the killers rather than Brianna. And everybody's going to remember the killers and not Brianna. I don't think that is the case. What with Brianna's look with the long flowing red hair, immaculate looking face and the personality that's probably as big as any room, I don't think she's ever going to be forgotten. Certainly not in a hurry. I really, really don't. And the moving speeches given by her mum and her dad last night on the court steps, especially her mum. I mean, nothing against her dad. Her dad's was brilliant. But her mum even mentioning compassion for the killer's parents, that struck home with lots of people. People didn't expect that. I didn't expect it myself, I must admit. We're not going to forget Brianna in a rush, don't worry about that. We're really, really not. But yeah, I hope they name them because I think it's deserved. But we will see. It's down to the judge, isn't it? We will see. That's it from me anyway on the subject.